Well, hello and welcome to Lori's Crafting Place.blogspot.com. So glad you could join me today. Sorry, I'm kind of like a day late. We've had a lot of things going on, doctor appointments, medical things, and my husband's mom is not doing well, and she's going to be probably on hospice very soon, and so it's been a tough week. And anyways, so I thought I would do my technique Wednesday today, technique Thursday. So anyway, I'm glad that you joined me. And today I'm going to show you how to make, I'm trying to do a few Christmas cards here and there on these Wednesdays and Fridays. And so today I thought I would do one using these arches. So you can see they come in a pack, and I've already taken the two out that I need. And so in this pack, I think there was, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 6 of them. So I'm using 3. So you can see how they go together here. I'm using 3 and 4 out of this set. And this set I got from Temu. So their dies are very reasonable, and they're good quality. So that's where I get my dies now. So anyways, 3 and 4 are the ones I'm using. I'm also just took some old paper pumpkin. This one was a Peaceful Christmas one that was old. I don't even remember, 2021. And so I'm using the Merry Christmas out of this one, and I'm using these snowflakes out of this paper pumpkin one that I had. I'm also using some silver washi tape that I have, so that's in there. Then I have from Stamperia or Stamperia, or however you want to call it. Anyways, I'm using a paper pack of theirs, and it has just gorgeous papers. You can just see there's all kinds of papers. So I'm using some of those, and then I got the, I think it's like the ephemera set. So I have some chipboard pieces in here, and then some ones that I cut out. And so they're going to go on my card. And this is the card that we're going to make. And I used Balmy Blue for the main color. And then I used white, and I used a piece of this beigey color. I don't know what color it is or where it came from. It's just some I had in my stash. And so it closes like this, and then it opens like this. And you can see there's the front, and I cut all those out and popped some of them up. And then here's the middle section, and then here's the last one that says Merry Christmas. I just thought it turned out really cute, and you could add stickles to this and make it really a lot more glitzy. The only glitzy part is it's the center one right there with the washi tape. So let's get started. And I'm going to leave this card right here so that I can see it, so I know what I'm doing. Oh, the other thing I'm using is I'm using some Dapper Denim ink, because I needed some dark blue ink. And then for the snowflakes, I'm using Balmy Blue. Okay, so what we need to do first, and I kind of pre-cut everything. I did not pop the things up, but I did pre-cut. And this piece is 10.5 by 3 3/4. This is your base. And then you're going to score it on each end. So this end and this end, you're going to score it at 3.5. So I'm going to get my trimmer scorer here, and I'm going to do that. So Let me make some room here on my desk. Let me get you down here so that you can see what we're doing. And I think that probably is going to be right there. So I'm going to scoot this one over here so I have more room here. So I'm going to take this, move the cutter. I don't want the cutter. So we wanted to score this at 3.5 on both ends. So there's 3.5. I'm going to score it on that end. And then what I'm going to do is just turn it around and score it again at 3.5 on this end. Okay. And I don't need these pieces. We'll remove those from here. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. And then what I'm going to do, you're going to fold it mountain, valley. So mountain, and I'm going to get my little tool here so we can burnish that, and then this is the valley. Okay, so that it will end up looking like this, or if you turn it this way, you can see like a Z. Okay, so it's going to go like that because then it's going to close and open. Okay, so we're going to set this aside here. I've already pre-cut my pieces out. So you're going to cut, let me just separate these, I have them all together here. You're going to cut out 2 that are balmy blue. Let me get that other one off of there. Okay, so you're going to cut 2 with the bigger one, the bigger arch. You're going to cut 2 in balmy blue, and you're going to cut 1 in some kind of a crumb cake or some kind of a beigey one. It kind of goes with my, see, it just goes with the colors that are in my card. So that's already pre-done, so I don't have to do that. And then you're going to cut 3 in white. Let me get those out here. Oops, I'm losing stuff here. I got too many things on my desk. Not enough room. I'm kind of in the middle of several projects here. So anyways, these are cut with the smaller one, which would be the number 3 on this one. There's no numbers on them. It's just that's how they work out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, okay, so I cut out 3 of these arches, and then I've already taken one of them that I want to be the center one and attached my silver washi tape, and then I wrapped it around to the back. I did not do that on my card, and so I thought, I'm going to do that when we make this card. Okay, so, and then you're going to also need 3 pieces of DSP, and this is the one that came in the Stamperia kit. And so I think it's really pretty paper. And it was called Cozy Winter, and I just love it. So that's why I'm using it. And these are measuring, let's see, they are 3 5/8 by 3 3/8. And I will have all the measurements down in the bottom of my description thing. So the first thing we're going to do, let's see if I can remember how I put this together. We're going to put down the DSP. So figure out where you want it. And I'm going to put one of the flowers here. I'm going to use this one in the middle. And then I'll put one of the flowers over here. Now, as you can see, not any of my flowers are showing. But it still makes it look pretty. So, you know, if you don't want to use your good paper, then use something else. But that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to get my glue here. And I'm going to attach this one with some glue. And this will be the front. And make sure you don't go over the score line. But make sure when you use glue, liquid glue, it gives you a little bit of wiggle room here. But I want this to be even, so there, with a border all the way around. Okay, so there's that one. Then I think I'll leave that over here on this side. And I'm going to put some glue on this one for the center of my card. And I'm going to make sure I'm staying inside these score lines and getting enough border around the whole thing. That looks pretty good. And then we've got one more here with these flowers. And like I said, you can add things. If you don't want to put anything, you just have this paper. It's pretty paper. And put some stickles on those little snowflakey dots. That would be really pretty. Okay, right there. Alrighty, so that's what we've got so far. We close up. Okay, the next thing that we want to do is, I'm thinking that what we should do before we attach these white pieces is we should stamp on them. So we're going to do that first. We're going to stamp. I'm putting them the way that I have them on my cards. So we're going to stamp the snowflakes first. I'm using, remember, the Balmy Blue. And I'm going to use the little snowflake, and you'll see here what I'm doing. I'm going to go kind of like, oops, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go dark, light, dark, light, because the dark, this isn't going to show. Light, maybe a dark, maybe another light. Okay, so there's one of them, you can see. Just stamping these snowflakes on there. And then we'll go ahead and do it to the next one. So I'll put a dark in the middle, then a light, another dark and a light. Maybe another dark and a light over here. And then if I want another light one, I'll just stamp off. But you can see I'm not really getting in the center very much because that's going to be covered up with, things. So then we have one more that we're going to do. And so we're going to light, dark, and light, and dark, and light. And then I'm going to stamp over here on my paper so I can get a light one. And so there's that one. Okay, so that was our snowflakes, and that's all that we need. And I will stick this over here. And let's see, I think we'll go ahead and while we're stamping, we'll go ahead and stamp this one. This one over here is our third one. And we're gonna stamp it with the denim, Dapper Denim. And we're going to put it on this one over here and stamp, make sure it's straight. We're gonna stamp Merry Christmas. Okay. Oh, we have that. Alrighty. Then I'm gonna move all this over here. We're done with that. Now we can take and put them on our, glue them on here. So we know we're gonna want the last one to be blue. And so you can see those little dots all around the edge. Yeah, so that's gonna be the front. You can have it that way too if you want, but I like this way better. So we're gonna take this and we're gonna put some glue all around here. And then we're gonna stick this on here, leaving a border all the way around, trying to make it all the same. Now, and once I get it down, then I'm gonna smush it. So see how I had the border all the way around? That's what we want. Then we're going to take this one that goes in the center, making sure we have the right side of these. And we're going to put some glue on this all the way around. And also leaving a border. And that's pretty good. And then we have one more to do, making sure that that's the direction I want. And we're going to take and put some glue on, sorry, a piece of little paper or something on there. You're going to put that on there. Get it the same all the way around. Okay, and then smash that down. Alrighty. Now, this is a part, we're going to start with the last one first. We're going to put the last one on. And what you want to do is lay it down on here because you want this to fit into an A2 card. So we're going to measure this. We're going to go like this, and we're going to measure it from here to here, and you can see that it is almost 5.5. So we know that that's going to fit in our envelope. So now I'm going to lift this back up and see where that is. So I can see I have probably about 1 inch here at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is make a very light pencil mark, probably right about here. And that's going to let me know where I want the bottom of this to go. And then we're going to put our glue. No, scratch what I just said. We don't want our glue all over there. So I'm going to take and wipe that off. Whoops. Take and wipe that off. And that's okay. Just a little piece of paper, of the paper. Okay, so I did wipe that off of there. All we want to do, okay, so watch this, is we're going to take and put glue right to about here. That's all the glue that we want. So we don't want glue up there. We want glue just right there. And I almost blew it and messed that up. Now I could have gone a little higher, but okay, because remember we're coming down here to where I made that little tick mark. And I'm trying to make sure I have enough border on each side. And then I'm going to push that down. I'm going to go back here. And I'm going to make sure that I'm at, yeah, 5, and I'm probably about 5 and a little over 5 1/4. So it's right within the 5.5. Okay, then the next one we're going to do is we're going to fold this, close this up. Okay, so see, that's what I have so far. And then we're going to close this up because then we're going to take the other blue one and we're going to put it on here. Only putting glue right here, okay? And what you're going to do when you get the glue is you're going to line this up with this other one that's back here. So see, and then that's going to tell you exactly where it needs to go. Okay, so we know it's going to go right there. So you can make another little tick mark if you want to. Then we'll put some glue just down here. Yeah, I almost did it again. Going crazy with the glue, I guess. Okay, and making sure I line this all up. Okay, we'll smush this down. And then we're going to take this one and we're going to kind of line it up with these two right here. Okay, and that's how you get the middle one. So I almost did it again, see? Almost put some glue. I get busy doing what I'm doing and forget to do what I'm really supposed to be doing. Okay, so we're going to kind of line that up, making sure it's got the same on each side. And we can fold it and see. Yep, perfect. So I'll smash it down. Take this and put that one down. Make sure they're all put down there. And there we have that so far. And if you didn't want to use washi tape, you could use a ribbon. I mean, you can do whatever. It's, you know, your creation. This is just an idea for you. Okay, so then I'm going to put the lid back on that, and I'm going to take, I cut out this cake. I thought that was cute. And so I'm going to put that on here, and I'm going to get my, what did I do with them? There they are. My dimensionals. And I'm going to put some on here. I'm going to put a couple right there. Put one down here, one over here, one in the middle. And I might even stick one over here on this little corner. And then I'll peel these up. And I thought adding some stickles to some of these cutouts pieces would be really, really pretty. And I may do that and add some stickles. And if you don't know what I'm talking about stickles, it's like glitter. It's kind of like glitter glue. It's this. So it says stickles across here. And sometimes you get diamonds, you get snow. There's different names for them. And I may add that to my cards. I think it'll help make it look more Christmassy. Okay, so then I'm just going to find how I want this one and stick it down. I think it's cute. Okay, then the next one, what I'm going to do is I have a little snow globe. There's a little snow globe. I'm going to put that on here. I have a little pine piece. I have a pine cone. Now, where we live, they don't really have all these pine stuff, but where we came from, we had a lot of pine trees and all that. And then I have this little hot chocolate and something else to drink. Okay, so this one I'm going to pop up. So I'm going to get another one of these. And let's see. We'll put one over here, and we'll put one right there. And then we'll peel these off, the backing. Yeah, don't forget to peel off your backing, because if you don't, it won't stick. So, and then I'm going to put that kind of just right on top of that washi tape. And then I'm going to build this up here. So I'm going to put on the little snow globe, which I think they're so cute, these little pieces. I'm going to put one dimensional. And then I'm going to stick it up here. And then I'm going to take my little branch here. And I'm going to put some glue. And I'm going to turn it this way. Make it go like that. And take my pine cone. Put some glue on it. And make it come out from under here too. And yeah, I think it would be cute to put some glitter on that, so we may do that. Then I have one more to decorate here. So I guess I can show you this one. So we had that one, and we have that one, and now we're on our last one. And on this one, I cut out a basket with some gifts in it. And I'm going to pop that up also. So let's get some of these off of here. Put one there, one right here. I think we'll put one in the center and one down here. And that'll be good. So I get these dimensionals at the dollar store, and I use a lot of them. Okay, so there's the gift. Then I'm going to take this little branch that I cut out right here, and I'm going to put glue on it. And let's see, I want it to curve, so I think I'm going to stick it on this side because it's just the way it is. The other one turned the other way, so I was able to do it that way, but this one's going a different direction. And then I had this pine cone. And so I don't think I popped it up. I think we just put some glue on it, and I'm going to stick it over here. Maybe just right about here. And so then we have that one. And when you close these all up, they don't interfere with each other. You can get them into the envelope. So let's take some of the stickles and let's add some stickles on here and see what we come up with. So I think I'm going to put some on this little branch over here. If I can get some out of here. Yeah, I loved using this. And let's put some up here on this one. And we can even put some sparkles stuff in some of these snowflakes. That would be add really some glitz was what I call it. I think it's pretty. And if you wanted to, you could add some to your glass. I think I might add some to this ribbon right here. And let's see, let's come over here and we'll put some on this greenery, maybe some on the pine cone. I think that's some greenery here too. And up here on this greenery. And maybe even on our tree in here. And some on our pine cone. And some on some of this, snowflakes. It's just really pretty. I like using glitter. And then I'll hold this up when I'm done and show you. I'm going to put some, whoops, not that big a drop. I'm going to put some on this pine cone and put some on here. Kind of almost like you're coloring with it. And maybe some on those holly berries inside here. And then some more out here on our snowflakes. And let's see one in there. Yeah, I think it looks really pretty. It just adds to your card. So let's take a peek. And I have to be careful not to touch it. So there's that one. And I think you can see the glitz. And this one. And then we put the sparkle on the pine cones. And then on this one, you see that? Well, there's our card. That would be a pretty card for somebody for, you can't see it that way, for Christmas. So thank you for joining me again. And things hopefully will calm down, but we will be going to where my husband's mom is I'm probably in a week or two, and we'll be staying, so I probably won't be making a video for about 3 weeks because we'll be gone. But thank you for joining me so much, and have a great weekend. I will see you on Friday. I will do a video on Friday, and so please check back and see what we're going to make, what card we're going to make, because it's going to be our Fun Fold Friday. And have a great rest of your day, and thank you to my subscribers. I so appreciate you, and I just love it when I get on there and there's another one, or you know, a couple more. So thank you for subscribing, and if you haven't done that yet, go ahead and do it. And if you liked this video, click the like button. And so great, have a great day, rest of your day. I think I already said that. And happy creating. So until Friday, bye-bye.